everyone, and welcome to another episode of Meet the Author. But this time we get to say meet the best-selling author for this podcast. And that is what this is all about. Today we have the pleasure of getting to speak with Amanda about the process in its entirety of like the last couple of weeks, the excitement of the pre-launch, becoming best-selling author, then the release just a couple of days ago on the 22nd of April, Earth Day, and what it's felt to go to the post office a million times a week now because she just can't keep all of the orders like from coming in, right? So that's such an exciting time. And today with us, we also have James Bryant, the publisher himself of all of these amazing books, but especially with Rising Relentlessly. But this time he was an author in the book. So we have him to just be in this space with Amanda, and we're just so excited. So thank you so much, Amanda, for being here.
Thank you for having me. I love sharing the space with both of you.
We love sharing the space with you. So we're going to kick it off with how has the last month been feeling for you? How does it feel to have all of this attention and the response and all of your friends saying, mail me one or let's meet up or what have you? But more importantly, how does it feel for you to be a best-selling author knowing that your book hit that level? And now you get to just have the book be all around the world and people reading your story.
I would say one word, surreal. None of this still really feels real to me. I can say like being a best published author, best-selling author was never on my bingo card, was never on my goal list until we were doing our pre-launch and we started getting closer and closer and closer to it. And I was like, oh my God, this is a goal of mine. And I didn't even know it was a goal of mine. Um, and then having so many people reach out to me that some of them I haven't talked to in years, but they've seen it posted all over because I have splattered this everywhere to get the word out. I'm so excited about it. And they're reaching out to support me. And some of them are like, hey, I just want to support you. I know you're doing this awesome thing. They may not even know what the book is about, but they want to support me. And I just like, I don't even know how to describe that feeling. It's just so amazing to know there's so many people out there that just care and want to support us and want to be there for us.
And I think that that speaks volumes in terms of like the power of telling your story.
Mm-hmm.
People want to hear about your story. People want to support you. And people want to be in that space with you and celebrate you. And I love that you've received so much love and support. I know that in our messages lately, it's been like, well, I'm going to the post office again. And I love that because, that's part of the connection is there's nothing like putting your book in, an envelope, a shipping container and like knowing that you're the one. It's not just like a click on Amazon and you don't know who it's going. So do you have anything to share about that experience at all?
Yeah, I have. I went out and I bought thank you tissue paper, and so every book is truly signed by me with the person that purchased it in mind, and then carefully wrapped because I want it to be an experience when they open it too. I bought greenish bubble mailers so that kind of matches our book and our theme and everything. And apparently, I'm just in the green mood today. And then they open it and it's just I hope they feel that it's just like wrapped with love because this book is a moment of love from all of us authors. We all poured our hearts into it and dug deep into us, and we're sharing a very raw part of our lives with everyone. So running to the post office every day this week. Luckily, I took this week off in anticipation of this. Um, but it's insane to me. It just like I said before, I still don't believe this is happening. I still don't believe that people want to see my story and read it and have it in their hands, and it's just amazing to me. But starting next week, I'm back at work, so I won't be able to run the post office every day. So people are going to have to wait a few days to get their book.
No worries with that. I know we as publishers, we have like 1 day a week or 2 days a week that we've dedicated to shipping it when we go into town. So
Amanda, I love how you touched on how you're feeling, right, as you're going to mail these books each and every single day of this week. I would like you to pause and reflect for a moment and think about a year ago when you started writing your chapter and how you felt being an author and the concept of sharing your story to how you feel today as a best-selling author. And talk to us about how that changed in terms of how you feel confident about yourself and also the story you're sharing.
It changed a lot. So as I shared on the previous podcast when we got together, I grew up with teachers who constantly told me, your writing is boring. I'm gonna read your book or your story or your report to go to sleep. Like I had one note say, I'm gonna read it on the airplane because I know I'll fall asleep reading it. Like, so when I said yes to this, those were in my head of, I want to share this story. I want people to understand how important all of this is and how much this has impacted my life. But how do I tell this in a way that doesn't make people fall asleep? That actually grasps them and makes them want to read more. I think part of what relaxed that a little bit is that our stories are a little shorter. I'm not writing the entire book myself, and that took some of that weight and pressure off of me. I got to share everything I wanted to in a set amount of words. And I probably could have gone bigger because by the end of it, I had the support from Wildly Free, like helping me explain more and helping me understand where I needed to dig in more and express more. And it did help me expand more on it. But beyond that, it was your encouragement and not changing everything I wrote. Like we might change this sentence would be good down here, but my sentence still stayed my sentence. And then you just had me expand on everything. And that in itself gave me the courage to continue writing and think possibilities down the road of something else I might be able to do. And maybe eventually on my own. I don't know. That's still a very, very, very scary thought to write a whole book on your own. But I have the confidence and the courage the courage now to do it.
I love hearing that.
Thank you so much.
I'm not making you cry. Hold it in.
I'm not crying. Nobody's crying.
So, Amanda, if you were someone listening to this podcast right now that had gone through a similar experience like you did in public school, where you had teachers that were telling you that your story wasn't worth it, that it was boring, that it was go to sleep material, what would you want to share with them right now to help them know it was okay to tell their story?
That if you have anything that you've just verbally told somebody, even if it's a quick sentence because something mattered to you, impacted you, changed your life, then you have a story to tell. And I guarantee it's more than that one sentence that you've told a friend. There's more background, there's more detail. And so I would say just start jotting down, even if it's just bullet points, just strict fact bullet points of things that have happened and what led you to where you are now. And just take a jump off the cliff and trust your parachute of Wildly Free.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. Yes, we're the parachute providers.
Yes.
And I love that in that moment you just said trust your story. It's not just about telling your story, it's about trusting your story and trusting that your voice has so much power in it to share. Thank you so much for sharing those with us.
Of course. Thank you for everything you guys have done.
And we have Max here, and Max is in your chapter. Such a handsome guy.
One of the stars of my stories.
One of the stars of this story. Of course, he needs to be on the podcast. Well, with all of this, is there anything else you would like to share before we dive into the fact that we are about to curate book number 3 of this best-selling series, and we would love to hear what you want to invite people, into that space based on your experience. But is there anything that you'd like to share before that?
Kind of leading right into there. Just do it. Just trust yourself. Like I said, if you have anything that has impacted you, especially with this plant, with this third book coming up, everyone needs to hear this. The fact that Facebook is coming after me right now proves that this needs to get out there. The fact that laws are changing right now proves that this needs to get out there. And in our stories and our the way this has all changed us and helped us needs to be put in a place that isn't through a computer.
Mhm.
It needs to be in a place that everyone is going to be able to get forever. It's written down in print. It is solid. It is there forever. And it's not somewhere where, think of MySpace, that's all gone now. Whatever you posted there, nobody's ever going to see it again. But this book, people will always be able to find.
I love how you put that. And it's reaching people all around the world. I mean, we have an author that read book number one and immediately said yes to being in book number two from the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
And that speaks volumes that like these books are going all over the world, giving people permission, even in countries where, the plant's not legal or it's regulated, even more so than it is here. And I just want to take a few minutes and say thank you for being so brave. Thank you for walking this journey out with us, with Wildly Free, but with us just, we've known each other for what, 8 years now? And
At
we
least,
just,
yeah.
we started, so much life has happened in those 8 years, but consistently we've always shown up for ourselves and we've shown up for others. And you took it to a totally different level. And it has just been such an honor and such a pleasure to be able to be in this space forever with you.
Yeah.
This is forever. And that's what Wildly Free is all about, is building relationships, not business, interactions, business, what have you. And I think that that's, in the industry of publishing, everybody has their opinion of do it this way, do it that way, da da da. We just decided to do it what felt right. We lead with our hearts rather than our heads. And I think that that's truly what makes a difference. So with all of that, thank you so much for this time and thank you for this space. And more importantly, thank you for being so brave and being in this book with us.
Thank you for everything you guys have done to help.
We appreciate you and we appreciate everybody who's listening. And please, please, please reach out to Amanda and get a personally signed book from her. She needs to go to the post office again. And we just really appreciate you listening and hearing the hearts of our authors and hearing the hearts of Wildly Free. Thank you so much, everyone.